Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Arnold from Johnson Elementary Kindergarten. Last time we read Knuffle Bunny, the original story, and today we're going to read Knuffle Bunny 2. Now when there's a series, sometimes they're named Book 1, Book 2, Book 3. The funny thing Mo Willems does is he writes the word two that means also. You would notice that 2, meaning the number 2, would be TWO, but he writes it this way. So it still sounds like the second book, but it means also. So let's see what also happens to Knuffle Bunny. This is Trixie, and you'll remember in our last story she was young and she could barely talk. Now she's bigger and she's a preschooler. I'm going to show you some pictures on the inside that Mo Willems drew that kind of show how Trixie grew up, and we'll see a picture from the last story when she was little. I'm reading this written and illustrated by Mo Willems with permission from Hyperion Publishers. And here you see the story we read last time where Trixie lost her Knuffle Bunny at the laundromat. And then this is the story we're reading right now when she's a little bit bigger and she's a preschooler. And preschool is right before kindergarten, isn't it? One morning, not so long ago, Trixie took a walk with her daddy. By now, Trixie really knew how to talk. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to show Amy, and then I'll show Meg, and see the ... That means she's going on and on. So here are the pictures for this part. Look at her walking and talking. And then I'll show Margot, and then I'll show Jane, and then I'll show Leela, and then I'll show Rebecca, and then I'll show Noah, and then I'll show Robbie, and then I'll show Toshi, and then I'll show Casey, and then I'll show Connie, and then I'll show Parker, and then I'll show Brian, and then, boy, she does really know how to talk, doesn't she? And talk and talk and talk. Trixie was excited because she was taking her one-of-a-kind Knuffle Bunny someplace very special. Come on, she says. School. So these 4 pictures show her walking into school with other kids, walking upstairs, walking in the door. Trixie couldn't wait to show Knuffle Bunny to Mrs. Greengrove and all her friends in pre-K. But just as her daddy kissed her goodbye, Trixie saw Sonia. There's Sonia. And here's Trixie. How does she feel? Suddenly, Trixie's one-of-a-kind Knuffle Bunny wasn't so one-of-a-kind anymore. The morning did not go well at all. You can see all the different pictures of the morning. I'm going to read this one right here. They're arguing, and so Trixie talks and then Sonia talks. Knuffle. That's how to say the name of the bunny. Knuffle. 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 Remember last time I told you you could say it 2 ways? They're arguing over which way to say it. The afternoon was worse. The teacher took the bunnies away. When the school bell rang, Mrs. Greengrove returned the Knuffle Bunnies. Here they are where she put them away, and then here she is returning them. And the day got better. Her mom took her to the park after school. Then, before she knew it, it was time to go home. Trixie ate her dinner, devoured her dessert, brushed her teeth, and tried to escape the mommy and daddy robots from the planet Snurf. At 1:30 bedtime, Trixie was tucked in, ready for sleep. But a few hours later, Trixie realized something. I'm going to show you these illustrations close up, and I want you to look at this picture right here, the square one. Who is that? Trixie marched into her mommy and daddy's room and said, "That is not my bunny." Trixie's daddy tried to explain what 2:30 a.m. was, what 2:30 a.m. means. He asked, "Can we deal with this in the morning?" 2:30 is the middle of the night, isn't it? Trixie's daddy went to the phone. So he's talking to her. He's explaining. She's still waiting. So he walks downstairs. Before he even made it down the stairs, the phone rang. Bring! This is a person on the phone, the speech bubble right here. "We have your bunny," said the man's voice on the other end. "We have yours," replied Trixie's daddy. Arrangements were made. That means they talked about how to exchange the bunnies. They arranged a meeting. Trixie and her daddy rushed across the neighborhood. Trixie did not want to be late. Neither did Sonia. You see, here comes Trixie. And here come some other people. It's kind of hard to see them. But here they are. The exchange was made, and the Knuffle Bunnies were back where they belonged. I was so worried about my bunny, said Sonia. So was I, Trixie replied. They both said, I'm glad you got your bunny back, at the exact same time. See how the speech bubble is coming from both of them? And that is how Trixie found her first best friend. This is called epilogue, and that means sort of an additional ending or a little bit more to the end or what happened next. The next morning, both Trixie and Sonia rushed to school. The new best friends had a lot of catching up to do. Do you want to play with my Knuffle Bunny? Sure. Do you want to play with mine? Look at how tired the daddies look. But the preschoolers aren't tired, are they? All right, that's the second Knuffle Bunny book. Next time we'll read the third Knuffle Bunny book and talk more about the beautiful illustrations. See you next time.